Manchester City's juggernaut arrived in New Delhi, India, as the reigning Premier League champions toured their PL trophy in the nation's capital to celebrate their historic feat of winning 4 EPL titles in a row. Our Sport Fit team was at the event in Vegas Mall and interacted with City and Premier League legend Shaun Wright-Phillips. Mr. Wright, tell us about your experience in India.
It's been beautiful. I think this is my third time here, and every time I get the requests to come back, I always try to make time to come back. My first stop was Mumbai, then I got to visit Bangalore. Now here, and on Tuesday we get to Kolkata. So I'm really looking forward to all of it, to be honest. And it's fantastic turnout in the mall. I've seen them coming through all day, dribs and drabs, different people. And it's great to see a lot of football fans in general, but mainly City fans.
Yeah. So, Mr. Wright, Manchester City won 6 Premier League titles in the last 7 years and 4 in a row. So I really want to know, how does Pep Guardiola keep the players hungry for more trophies?
I think from my experience and from what I've seen, I personally think Pep has always had that hunger. And I think now he has a team that has a similar hunger to him. So I don't think it's something that he teaches them or they teach him. They just all want the same thing. They all just want to win, win, win. And I think if you keep winning, it leads to the trophies.
And given the fact Ballon d'Or is next month, and Rodri is one of the favourites to win the Ballon d'Or, and he could be the first Manchester City player to win it. So what are your views on it?
I would personally give it to him because of what he's achieved. I know there's other players that's achieved similar, especially within that Spanish squad, or even maybe one trophy extra. But for me, I would give it to him in terms of not only has he won these things, but in terms of he's been in a team where they've gone undefeated for a number amount of games, and every team he's played in, they've either won or drawn, they've never lost. And I think that itself, for an individual player, shows how important he is to not only Man City, but also to the Spanish squad.
And speaking on Erling Haaland, he has been incredible this season. What are your views on him?
What can you say about him? I think in many ways, he's doing everything what he was brought to City for. I think people forget when he was at Borussia Dortmund, he was scoring goals as well. And I think now that he's at City and he's doing it and winning stuff at the end of it, is putting him in many ways where he should have been in the first place. So for me, all he's going to do is keep doing what he's doing. He's a guy that's hungry to always score. And most of all, he does it because he wants his team to win. And without his team behind him giving those chances, maybe scoring that many goals isn't as easy as it seems. But to be in that box and finish them the way he does, for me, is nothing apart from beautiful.
Okay, so define Manchester City in a few lines. What does the club mean to you?
It's my family. It's always been classed as my second home. So Man City is my family, and that's along with the fans as well.
And do you think that Manchester City can win the Champions League in the new format?
I would like to think they can. They have everything to do that. But like I say, and like everybody says, they take every game one by one. And it's not necessarily about the Champions League right now. They need to focus on the Premier League, the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, as well as the Champions League. And now you've got the Club World Cup in there. So it's game by game by game. And that will be the focus.
We also interacted with die-hard Manchester City supporters who revealed their club's most iconic moments, the player they'd like to sign, and choose their favorite between Erling Haaland or Sergio Aguero. Could you please tell us who is your most favorite player of all time in Manchester City?
My favorite of all time is probably David Silva. He was one of the players who actually, David Silva, Aguero, Torre, these are the players who kind of helped me. Actually, those are the players I followed, and I started following City. So I would say David Silva is probably the one. Yeah.
And what's your most iconic moment as a City fan?
Iconic. I mean, there are a lot. Maybe the stone save against Liverpool, or I mean, the UCL final easily. You see the treble-winning moment. So I think those are the best moments for me.
Last question for you, Haaland or Aguero?
Okay, that's a tough question. Probably Haaland is a better striker, but Aguero is Aguero. So Aguero for me. Yeah.
Who do you think is a player that Manchester City should sign?
Oh, I feel like definitely it's going to be Musiala next season. We need someone that can provide cover for Kevin when he's gone. So I think he's going to be one player for the future.
100%. I back him here. Musiala is a type of player that City can utilize very well based on the play styles that Guardiola has been using over the years. And yeah, he seems like a good fit for us. And hopefully we can land him next season.
If not Musiala, I think Wirtz is a very good player that we can sign. A good replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. Not to replace Kevin De Bruyne, but he can do the same playstyles as Kevin De Bruyne. So I think he'll be a good replacement.
For how long have you been supporting Manchester City?
I think now it's been almost 14 years. I started supporting City around 2010 when I actually got into football.
Wow, wonderful. So, what's your most iconic moment as a Manchester City fan?
I think a very cliche answer, right? The moment that actually turned me into a City fan, Aguero, I think that definitely was. But I think recently it was the goal from Rodri that got us the Champions League. I think that was long awaited. Getting that was it's amazing.
Okay. If Pep Guardiola leaves next year, who do you think is the perfect replacement for him?
Xabi Alonso, if he comes. But I don't think he's a die-hard Liverpool fan. But I think Xabi would be perfect given the stuff that he has done at Bayer Leverkusen. His attacking gameplay would be perfect for Manchester City.
The Manchester City fans in India were enthralled by the experience as they witnessed their club's prestigious Premier League, FIFA Club World Cup trophies and FA Community Shield up close. Pep Guardiola and his troops will want to continue their domination in the Premier League and are gunning for their fifth consecutive title in the ongoing season.